put us onto a different playing field. And I mean, it just goes on and on of different situations where our lives got reset and we just got shifted to another body. Like in the movie The One,
Right.
you know, the movie One with Jet Li.
Yeah.
How there's like 620 something universes. Well, it just keeps getting shift over and shift over. So hopefully by the end of our lifetime, we'll go through all the universes and we'll end in one. We're like, fuck, we didn't destroy ourselves. Yay! But it's kind of like they talk about the Bearstein versus the Bearstein.
Right. The Bears?
The Bears.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently. Because you remember it as the Berenstein, right?
Right.
Wrong. It's Berenstein.
Shit.
Stain. It's Berenstein.
Like beer stain?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's wrong. And there's actually books that verify that it's Berenstain. I'm like, no, it's Berenstein. You can't rewrite my childhood. What little I have left. You can't do that to me.
Okay, so first off, welcome back, everyone. Okay, so today is actually going to be we got a little bit of a quiet house tonight.
Yeah. We had to kind of shift it up because Dr. Philgood is going to be out.
But you know what's great about it, though? We've got peace and quiet, and we can think.
That's not good for me, bro.
I know. It's not good for me either. And so here's what we're going to do. First off, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Taps, Racks, and Bangs podcast. I, as always, will always be here. Mr. Dirty Dave here with you, along with
Dr. Philgood.
And so we are back, and it is just us two.
Just the two of us.
I knew you were going to do that.
We can make it if you try. Just the two of us.
You and I.
Yeah. Oh, Austin Powers, thank you for my memories.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Do I make you horny?
I am a sexy bitch.
Do I make you randy?
Here's what we're going to do. Since we've got a quiet office this evening, and we've had a couple to drink, and we have time to think.
Shit.
I am going to grant your wish,
Ooh.
Dr. Philgood.
Ooh. Ooh. What's my wish?
We are going to speak of conspiracies and prophecies.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. That's fun.
Have I piqued your interest yet?
Yes. You have.
So,
multiply.
This is your evening. This is your evening. Because, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I love a great conspiracy theory. I do. And there's quite a few of them that I honestly as well believe in.
Evidence, unfortunately, shows in favor of certain circumstance.
I
mean, the way I look at conspiracy theories is it's more of a side note. Hey, look at this fact.
Yeah.
It holds some ground, holds some truth.
While you're too busy being blinded by Teen Mom, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Jay-Z, and Beyonce, and Obama, and now Trump, and North Korea, and all of this other stupid, nonsensical bullshit that's on TV.
Yep. You can blame Disney and the CIA.
But don't look over here.
Yes.
What we're doing right now.
No.
And see, that's going to take me into like my first one. The first one that I wholeheartedly believe in is that naturally, and what's funny is we actually just had the Great American Eclipse.
Yeah.
Just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah. Hey, by the way,
did you kill your retinas?
my dumbass.
You did, didn't you?
I was at lunch and
you dumbass.
I was looking like, man, it's getting a little dark out there. Hold on. I'm going to real quick glimpse. Oh,
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, that hurt.
Yeah, no.
And luckily, the people at the restaurant, they had some of the solar glasses. I'm like, hey,
Right.
can I borrow that? Looked at the sun for maybe 10 seconds through the filtered lens of the UV.
Right.
That did not help worth shit. I mean, I looked at the eclipse way too long because then I got my car and drove. I'm like, son of a bitch, my eyes hurt. Oh my God. So I pulled over and
you
I
did exactly what I wished every other dumb person would do.
Well, I mean, my Native American blood being a sun watcher in itself, we like to watch the sun. We gotta go blind over it, but hey, you only live once.
You can look at it through your peripherals.
Well, I tried, but it wasn't with our location. It wasn't predominant. It was on the side,
Right.
so we didn't get the full effect. We got like the little.
We
skin.
got like
we got the side
70%.
boob. We got the side boob.
We got side boob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, but yeah, no, I had to pull over like 30 minutes because my eyes were just throbbing. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Okay, so the reason why I bring that up.
Oh, yes.
I've got a great, funny story about the eclipse, but we'll get back to that. So the reason why I bring that up is because it always happens. It never fails. Something monumental can happen in the world. Every news agency in the world. Oh, there it goes.
Sweet release. Sorry.
You good?
Oh, I'm great.
Give me about 5 minutes and I'll be awesome.
I'll be back.
But
sorry. Okay, back to what you're saying.
okay, so every single news agency in the world can be broadcasting and talking about this big monumental thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But during this time where everybody is like looking left,
Now they're all looking up, bro.
we're looking up,
They're like the turkeys.
right? And so while everybody's looking at what's going on over here, Congress will pass a fucked up law.
Yeah.
Or we bomb a totally different country. Kind of like what I was talking
Hi,
about.
North Korea. Fuck you, Iran.
Kind of like what I was talking about last week and the week before. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, oh, North Korea's raising hell. Fuck it, we're gonna bomb Iran.
Yes.
Oh, now we bombed Iran. Now that's in the news. No, fuck it, bomb Chicago.
We need to
Yeah,
restart
so-
there anyway.
I know, right?
Oh, that's another.
Detroit.
That's fuck Detroit. What's that?
I don't know. There's a great senator coming up.
What is it? There's a song that it was from I can't remember if it was Family Guy, American Dad, and it's all about Cleveland, Ohio, right?
Okay.
And it talks about the shittiness of Cleveland.
Right.
But at the end of the song it says, "But at least we're not Detroit."
So yeah,
I'm gonna
that happens all the time.
bombing things. By the way, with us talking about conspiracy theories, I'm actually going to go with a little bit also astrotheology a little bit because I do find that fascinating.
Okay.
So we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna make a full circle.
Of course, full circle. We always come full circle.
Hell yeah, we do.
We do get derailed. It happens. Even
can't help it.
Amtrak's get derailed. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Was it? No, that's never too soon.
Never.
That was a conspiracy too. Somebody stuck a Hot Wheel on the track.
Hey, little things.
Dude, if it's that easy to derail a train, I'm never, ever riding a train.
No.
Ever.
No.
Not even through Paris.
Oh! Hey, it was better than driving a car in Madrid. Or Barcelona. My bad. Yeah.
Or going to a concert in London.
No, fuck that. But hey, I heard that shit with the bomb, though.
Oh, my God. This is probably why nobody listens to this show.
We're insensitive, racist bastards. However, we have a black, white,
And
Mexican. I had forgot what I was, y'all. My bad. I get confused. Oh, I want to tell a fun little story, and then we'll go back on the subject. In my town, I'm Mexican, all right? And I'm walking down the street. This guy from India pulls over. He doesn't pull over. He's walking beside me, about to cross a crosswalk, right?
Did we talk about this last week?
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, my God. That still makes me laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
But at least black and whitey can,
Right,
be on the same
actually get along.
side.
Right.
But they forget that brown goes all across the equator. So,
Yeah, so. And across the Atlantic.
yes. We got from Mexico over to Morocco, which fair skin. You got the Egyptians, got the Jews, you got the Muslims, and you got the Hindis. Bitch, we are
Indians,
smart.
yeah.
We are smarter than fuck.
Yeah.
And the Tibetans.
Well, I mean, y'all are brown because, I mean, genetically, that's what happens. Y'all had to adapt to your surroundings.
My nana used to tell me a joke. Okay, so she was a full-blooded. She is a firstborn-ish over the border, so to speak.
Oh, okay. So she's a first generation.
First generation-ish. I
Okay.
say ish because she didn't get her green card until I was born. So,
Yeah.
but she was born here.
Semantics.
But she used to tell me when I was a kid, "Mijo, I just want to let you know, God thinks you're perfect, and here's why. When God was making human race, He put the first batch in, And he's like, shit, I forgot about him. Those were the black people. Then he put in
Why?
Okay. That's why they're neglected all the time. Because God forgot about them. That's why Daddy wasn't there.
Oh, so the daddy issues stem long before their actual father.
God did it, apparently.
No.
I mean, this is what Anna told me as a 3, 4, 5 until I was old enough to understand. Damn, Nana, that's racist.
See, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, but so then God put in the second batch, and he's like, I'm not going to burn these. And so he took them out first, but they came out a little white, which is why they have privilege issues because they were taken out too soon.
What the fuck? I want to meet her.
She passed away already. You can't meet her anymore.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Shit happens. And then
Shit happens. What, did she burn in a fire?
No. Well,
don't answer that.
Well, she had a heart attack, and she recovered from the heart attack. And they said, she's going to be just fine. We're going to watch her overnight. So we're like, okay, cool. Come to find out, she had 3 heart attacks in the middle of the night, and nobody checked on her. So guess what? She bit the dust.
Oh, fabulous.
So a little irritating, but unfortunately, that's why we pay the doctors to take good care of us in our sickness.
Well, it's not the doctors that neglected her; it was the nurses.
Yeah. Well,
that's the reason why they're not doctors.
That's why I don't go to the hospital anymore because they piss me off royally. Anyways, so then God put in the 3rd batch. Now remember, they always say 3 is the lucky number, 3 is the magic charm. Right. And he put us in there, and he baked us to a perfect golden brown. And mijo, you're one of them.
Well, that actually is very pleasant.
Yeah, it was a very good ending. I'm like, I'm a golden brown.
Now you got
and then I realized
egotistical thought going through your head like, I'm perfect. It's not my fault God left you in the oven too long.
He forgot about you. It's okay.
Wow.
So,
dude, okay, you know what? That actually could be a religious conspiracy. God dang.
I mean, but that shit I was told as a kid, I'm just like, oh, yeah. So what's a black person?
You know what? You want to know? You want to know who else other than God Himself can make something just absolutely perfect? It's Mr. Nathan Moore at Advocate Construction.
He levels.
He'll level out your house and make it.
He perfect. Secures your foundation.
Once again, make it perfect, good as new. Not too long, not too little.
Short,
just right. He can also do cabinets.
Yeah.
Fixing your foundation, construction, and cabinets. So go see him at advocateconstruction.net. And
go like his Facebook page.
Yes, definitely. Give him a call and tell him that TRB sent you.
Yeah. You ain't going to get shit, but hey.
Yeah. No, they will get shit. They will get a premium professional job. I will say that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've worked on my house a couple times, and perfect job every single time. No bullshit, no lagging, no delaying, running up the clock. No, they come in, get the shit in, and get out. Kind of like what I used to do in my teens.
I'm going to say, like, this is leading into something.
I came in, got what I needed, and I got the fuck out. So, yeah, go see
I didn't know what I wanted, so I just stood there and looked a little bit like, boob left or boob 2?
Boob left or boob 2? That's like boob A or boob 2. You gotta stick. You gotta stick with one categorization.
Nope. And then you got cheek right, and then cheek 3.
What?
Yeah, think about that. It's the muffin.
The muffin
in the
man.
front.
That's like back titties.
You know, have you ever looked at a woman's ass in the tight pants and realized sometimes when they have the yoga and it goes up their crack, it looks like a cross?
Yes, it does. Because you have that cross seam that goes right below the waistband. Yep, it does.
I really like, man, every time I look into a woman's ass, I see God.
I see Jesus.
I see Jesus in that ass.
Oh, God, woman, you need Jesus.
I need to take my mighty man into the cave. He won't come out for 3 days, tell you what.
God damn. You're going to hell. I'm going to hell for laughing, so.
You're welcome.
Whatevs. I mean, it's like, okay, since we are talking about
Conspiracies. You had a subject initially that I completely derailed.
No.
Childhood stories.
And I'll come back to that. I mean, I was actually kind of done with that one, but I do want to talk about the eclipse.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people that actually believe that the what was it, the miraculous birth of Jesus was nothing more than
a story.
No. It's
myth?
Artificial insemination by aliens.
Well, God did fuck a woman, so I mean, hey, he's not from this world. Jesus said it himself.
And so that actually makes a little bit more sense. And so, you know what? It made me think about it. Okay, because the other night I was watching Transformers with my son.
You got fucked by a big truck?
No. I get fucked by trucks all the time. Usually because they break down. But okay, I used to. I don't anymore. Like I finally buy I finally bought a decent fucking truck. And so
guess what? It lasts.
No complaints.
You invest your money and it lasts.
Yes, there's a reason why some items cost more than others. Mm-hmm. It's not a conspiracy. It's not somebody wanting to get richer because they're overpricing their shit.
It's
except
fact.
Apple.
Fuck Apple.
Except Apple.
If you're a sheep and you believe in conspiracies, get rid of your Apple.
I can pretty much go ahead and tell you that like a good 90% of people that listen to this podcast have a friggin' iPhone. Or they have an iPad. Or they have an iMac.
Yeah.
Or they have something
Because they're selfish.
I know, you selfish bastards.
I.
But it's they are put together well. I will say that, but they're overpriced as shit. Like, come on now.
Well,
$1,000 for a phone.
They're assembled in America. They're not made in America, but they're just assembled in America.
That's horseshit. No, they're made in China.
Oh, whatever they're called.
They were designed in Cupertino, California.
I'm talking about being assembled. Assembled.
No, they're still assembled in China.
Are they still?
Yes.
That's even more bullshit.
Well, okay.
So then why are we bitching at all these corporate oil people for having the idea in America but taking it to fucking Mexico? Apple just did the same shit. Just they went across.
Apple's been doing that thanks to Clinton and the TPP.
Yeah.
So I mean they've been working on that's another conspiracy.
But it's fact.
But here's the conspiracy behind that was to actually bring America down to the same level as every other country. You know why? Because it'd be easier to create a one world government. Oh, wait, here it comes. Here comes the Illuminati.
Oh, you dropped the I.
I'm going to drop the I.
Oh, iPhone, Apple, Illuminati with an I.
Right, it all starts with an I. Even Tupac sang about the Illuminati. That fucker ain't dead.
Yeah, there's Michael Jackson or Elvis.
No, that motherfucker's dead.
No.
And if he is, if he's not dead, he needs to be. I mean, he
you know,
don't get me wrong. He put out great music. He was an amazing musician, and I will say that he rightfully deserves the title King of Pop. Mm-hmm. He deserves it. He put on some great productions.
Yes,
but you diddle children on more than one occasion.
As the great Slim Shady once said, "Oops, I touch on everything but little boys. That's not a stab at Michael. It's just a metaphor."
I'm just psycho.
Ah! Oh.
Yeah, that was a great song. But no, it would be easier if we brought the U.S. economy down to the same level. So we're bringing down the superpowers and we're bringing up the third world countries, more or less redistribution of wealth to make everybody equal. There's this equality bullshit again.
Fuck you.
Right. Yeah, fuck equality. I'm sorry. But don't get me wrong, like civil rights, equalities, I agree with.
Well, treating a person as a human being is required, but taking away someone's standard of life
because this person doesn't have the ambition or motivation to get up and do it themselves.
Yes.
Right. I agree with you. But no, the objective was to bring everybody up and level the playing field. And so it would be easier for the world elitist, a.k.a. Illuminati,
you're a globalist, you're reptilian.
Right, to actually create a one-world government.
Yep.
I mean, they had it in The Fifth Element.
Yes. So I want to touch bases real quick on the whole New World Order, one government. For people who follow the Bible,
Right.
because I'm one of those people, it's a morbid way of looking at it, but in the end, there's supposed to be one kingdom underneath one rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Illuminati are doing the exact same thing. And they're also the one pushing the Bible print. I mean, if you want to backtrack it, our founding fathers who openly pushed the Bible, they pushed the Bible. But there's two kind of eerie facts if you look into our founding fathers. One, they're a deist. They did not believe in the Christian God. They believe that whatever created us abandoned us and ain't coming back.
Well, aliens will come back eventually.
Well, that's if you believe in the 7X planet or the Nibiru, even though those are separate topics. But just an example. Eventually somebody's going to come back.
It's amazing how they all tie together, though.
Yeah, and it's fascinating how the story, I mean, granted, the mind in itself will make huge lapse in judgment to make a story work. But unfortunately, there's sometimes you don't have to make a huge lapse, and it's like, A to B, straight line, holy shit. But our founding fathers were initially deist, and they understood how the Catholic had such a strong control over the, 1700 years?
Right.
You know, and, take that back, about 14. They didn't get their shit together until 300. That's when they actually wrote the Bible. 323, Council of Edict. Side note, 323 years later, after Jesus was born, they wrote the Bible. But regardless, they understood that this was a great way to control the masses to not question.
Sure.
I mean, that's also why they did the collegiate, the electoral votes, was that they didn't trust the masses. They knew the masses needed to have a say, but they needed to make sure that the people who are in power made the wise decision on behalf of the people. So the popular vote should win, but not always.
Well, right, and that's the overall idea of the electoral college.
Sometimes we don't know what's best for us.
Well, no. I mean, if you see half the people that do stupid shit in this world, I mean, I don't trust them fuckers either.
Hell no.
If we have to rely on warning labels to keep ourselves alive, no.
Bitch, the coffee is hot.
I know, right?
It's hot.
That bitch did not deserve millions of dollars.
Shit.
You spill coffee on yourself and you get rewarded millions of dollars because you're stupid.
That's a setting example of
well,
what this
it
country's
wasn't
turning
supposed
into.
to be that hot. Well, it's coffee. Come on now. But yeah, I don't want to go too far into that because that takes us back to fucktardville.
No joke.
So no, like earlier I was making the comment about Transformers.
Yes.
About like God being an alien. Did you not notice like on the it was the second Transformers at the moment like where what's his name died?
Shia LaBeouf or Optimus Prime?
Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
So like he got shot by one of the Transformers and he fucking died for like a moment.
I think he got hit with debris. Right?
Well, yeah, I think it was, but it was either debris or he got shot. I remember one of the Decepticons.
I knew he got blew up. He went to the sky and landed, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh!"
Right, he was all fucked up.
Yep.
Then he saw the big,
all the primes.
Yeah, the big white light.
The 7 primes before.
Right.
And the clouds.
But did that not like depict
heaven
and the spirits?
Well, yeah, they're trying to recreate the essence of heaven in itself because there is an underlying fact that a lot of people who have experienced life after death have mentioned huge ass beings.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm sure that's possible. Like, I never saw like I've had some pretty close near-death experiences in my life, and like, yes, did I see a white light? Yes, of course I saw a white light, but I was fucked up. So I take that I call that a concussion. But however, like in moments where it actually is completely possible for you to die, like you hear and see like people talk about how like their entire life flashes before their eyes before they die. I believe that.
I believe that. You gotta kind of own up to your sins.
Here's the strange thing: like in the instances that I have witnessed, it was kind of like off the scene of Armageddon.
Okay.
Like right before he presses the button to detonate the nuke, like his entire life and future because he envisions his daughter getting married, and that shit didn't
Yep.
happen.
Well,
And so, like, whenever that happened, like, I envisioned my kids as older, and then I envisioned, a different woman with my children. And this time that I'm recreating, I was actually married to my first wife, but it wasn't
that one.
her
That's
with
someone.
my children. Like, I foresaw somebody else with my kids. So that was kind of trippy to me. I never discussed that with anyone ever. So you're welcome, TRB crew.
Thank you.
This is the first.
Yeah, I mean, not unfortunately, the thing about being in a physical body, I mean, you can, if you want to, you can sit there and say that this, oh, Jesus. You can sit there and say that once upon a time, I mean, if you go with, okay, let's talk about the Mayans for a second. We had the whole doomsday prophecy, but they believe that this was the fourth or the fifth, depending on what translation you speak of reality, and how we have just fallen further and further, and at once upon a time, we were able to have a glimpse of the future so that we can deter from outcomes. Now we're blinded by the future and we can't see shit.
Right.
So we never know what's coming. Well, once you die, your body kind of leaves that that permanent location. And so now you're above time and space. So since you're above time and space, you can now see past, future, and present again.
Okay.
So that's why.
So in a sense, that was your soul, like, attempting to leave your body.
It's ascension, or what do they call it? Out of body experience, things like those nature. Because I mean, it is doable to do. Granted, you can actually expedite it with certain godly plants.
I'll buy it.
That's true.
I'll buy it.
I've done it once, and I had true communion. All right, and I'll talk about that for a second. I had true communion. All right. For anybody who wants to research on how the communion is supposed to be, how the bread was actually made, what was the wine, the oil and incense that was burned night and day in the temple,
right?
Mushrooms and weed. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, and that, I mean, people laugh like, oh man, that's just a stoner. I'm not a stoner. I'm not at all. But facts are facts.
Right.
And so the silibin plant, they would put into water, they would boil it, put it into liquid, and it turned into this purple, reddish, really kind of thick looking blood. And then the other mushroom, the gold cap, they made that into like a little wafer loaf, taking that, and then the drink, and then smoking the temple. Holy shit, bro. That was the most intense experience I think I've ever had in my life. Because literally, anything I thought was amplified and overly visual. So it was trippy as fuck. But that's actually where I started to realize that things were not quite what they are.
Sure.
So going with the whole heavenly thing, I want to kind of take a time and speak on other matters of conspiracy theories, because I want to talk about the actual theology for a bit, if you don't mind.
What a bit.
A bit.
Oh.
So do you know what? Okay, so astrotheology. It's kind of what it sounds like. It's taking theology, but putting a spin of the astrological mindset above it.
Okay.
All right. So in the zodiac, we see 12. Jesus had how many disciples?
12.
How many tribes were there in Israel?
No. He had 13 if you count Rufus.
Motherfucker. We don't care about his black ass. Remember, God forgot him.
That is so fucking awful. That's just not right.
That's not right, but I don't give a fuck, eh? Ooh. We heard
nice.
thunder.
The thunder rolls.
God's going to strike me down. But that's okay.
Yeah, he's telling you, like, Philip, you need to shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Unfortunately.
It's not a conspiracy.
Well,
it's real.
The underlying issue with certain conspiracy theories is there is a thing of being too deep. And once you go kind of that rabbit hole, you kind of get cock-blocked.
Oh, true. Touche.
So, Welcome to my life. Anyway, but with them, I mean, so the significance of 12 across the board. I want to go. I can't remember what chapter it was, but I think it was the prophet Elijah, or I think it was prophet Elijah, and he saw God in his chariot coming down from the sky, and there's 4 faces on his vessel. All right,
Right.
there was an ox, a man, a lion, and an eagle.
Was it spread?
Well, that was the Virgin Mary later on.
Oh.
But, I mean, so you look at this and you're like, okay, so what does that have to do with the zodiac? If you go I can't remember if it's the mutual or cardinal, whatever the case may be, but they are actually opposite patterns where every third sign is the ox, Leo, lion, Scorpio, if you want to get technical, and then Aquarius, which is the man. So with Scorpio, fun little fact, Scorpio is the only thing... Sorry, I got choked up on the mic. Scorpio is the only known zodiac sign that has actually changed throughout the history. Before it became the Scorpion, it was also referred to as the Red Dragon. And then before the Red Dragon, it was known as the Eagle. So then you take this whole chariot thing and you're matching the zodiac sign. Or my favorite one, I think, is Matthew 24, if I remember correctly, where it talks about Jesus telling 2 disciples, go into the city, find a man carrying a pail of water, and follow him into his house. As a history major, there's something wrong with that scripture based off the time it was set in.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
You know why it's weird?
Why?
Okay.
Oh, that was a good one.
I hope y'all could hear that. God's getting really mad at me for speaking some truth here. He's like, no, they're not ready. Anyway, that's a whole other side note. Anyway, they're not ready. No, she wasn't ready.
Was it? Well, oh gosh, what was it? We quoted it last week. Was it Ezekiel 25?
Oh, strike thee down.
He's going to strike down on thee with
fury and vengeance.
Fury and
yes.
Vengeance, yeah.
Yeah. You're
Thanks
welcome.
a lot, Phil.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Can't help it.
Dick.
You're welcome. But so the issue with that scripture more than anything else is the fact that a man carrying a pail of water in that time frame, no. That doesn't happen. That is a woman's job, only a woman's job. No man will be caught dead carrying a pail of water, slave or not. So why on earth why is Jesus telling 2 disciples, go find a man carrying a pail of water? I mean, he had to think the disciples had to be thinking like, oh, fuck, you know how long we're going to be looking for this?
Oh, I get it. Here's a new conspiracy for us.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break, but okay, so God says that women need to carry the water. Is that what you just said?
Only a woman will carry water.
Only women will carry water.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why so many people don't believe in religion or Jesus or God anymore, because women don't want to carry the water anymore. They're like, you know what, fuck you guys. You actually do something. But that's not godly.
Well, that's going with the golden chain, which we can talk about that subject later on. Moment of silence. I don't know what Dave is over here doing. He's like taking selfies of his dick and shit.
No, we got to put up some Instagram shit.
Oh, snap.
I actually said Instagram, like I'm fucking 60 years
You
old.
think you know. Did you get a trophy? I got one.
No, because I'm not a millennial.
Well, just because you're an old fart doesn't you don't get a trophy now.
You.
But so ending into it, that didn't happen. So what's the only thing that can resemble a man carrying a pail of water? If you were paying attention, I already told you the answer.
A woman carrying a pail of water.
No. He specifically said a man.
Okay.
Were you paying attention?
Yes, I was, but I'm waiting for you. Like the anticipation is killing me here.
Aquarius, man. Aquarius.
That makes sense.
He's only a man. He's the only thing that has been throughout the ages man carrying a pail of water. Fun fact. Or, if you want to get really fun, another little side fact, if you think about how the Bible is split up between the Old Testament and New Testament and what age we're in officially now.
Right.
Is back in Moses, Do you know what they would, the horn, what it was made out of? What kind of horn it was? What animal they took it from?
The elephant, wasn't it?
No. It was a ram's horn.
Oh,
the shofar.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I got you.
And that's the horn they broke down.
I thought you meant
Jericho.
horn like.
Well, I mean that's the horn
Not
I'm
like
referring
actual
to.
like horns.
Well, it's a horn. A ram's horn is a horn. Not an ivory horn, but it's a horn.
Yeah, duh.
But if you look at the zodiac and how the retrograde works, huh?
All this talks about horns is gonna get me a little horny. Not with you, but
oh, I'm not just a night at home and a night here.
You're not carrying my water, bitch.
But that was the time of Aries, and as a retrograde, what comes after Aries? Come on,
Taurus.
man. In retrograde. Retrograde means going backwards.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, you had Taurus was right. That's after Aries, but before Aries.
Is it Capricorn? No, it's not
Close.
Capricorn.
It's Pisces.
Pisces. Yeah.
Which symbol is?
That's the isn't that the yin yang? Yeah, it's the yin
Two
yang.
fish.
Two fish. Fuck,
Two fish.
I don't fucking pay attention.
Come on, man. It's the two fishes. Now, notoriously, what was Jesus all about? The fisherman of men. He always had the sea, hold the scene with the fish.
So what you're saying is Jesus was a Pisces?
No, he wasn't a Pisces. He was actually more of a Leo born, but that's... I mean, sorry to break it to y'all. He was not born in frickin' December. That was a pagan holiday initially that the Christians took away from the pagans to say, fuckers, you're going to worship Jesus now. And away we went with that. But there was more historical fact to it because the Jews had it before the pagans. But that's neither here or there.
That's funny.
But that was during the age of fishes. I mean, he fed an entire village on 2 fishes and 5 loaves. Now, officially as of 2013, we're in the age of what comes before Pisces. Oh, retrograde speaking.
That's...
No.
You can't hear me. Isn't that Capricorn?
Nope.
No.
I gave you the answer a few minutes ago. Who is the fucking carrying the water?
Oh, the Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Oh,
Follow him to his house.
he's got fish.
We're in the age of Aquarius, and that's a fun fact. So we're in that time frame. That's why a lot of people believe that this is the end of times. So on that side note, did you know that the world's going to end on September 23rd? We got another doomsday prophecy.
Dude, we've had... I think I've lived through like 5 or 6 different doomsday, prophecies.
Yeah.
The biggest one that was even remotely close to even becoming partly believable was the whole Mayan calendar. Unfortunately,
if you read what the fuck they actually wrote, everybody who thought the end of the world was going to happen, unfortunately, that was just mass media doing false information because the actual article says it's a renewing of the world. It's a shift in time frames, which 2012 did in the age of fucking Pisces.
Right.
And entered in 2013 the age of Aquarius. So the end of our world as Pisces did end. It's a translation error. Not literally like it's going to end. Now, they do say at the end of this age, we will be swallowed by jaguars on fire falling from the sky. So, I mean, that's a side note.
Holy fuck.
I miss meteors if we want to get technical. And scientists say there are more meteors.
I don't know what would be worse, a meteor or a jaguar. Are we talking about the car or the animal?
The animal.
The animal, yeah.
Car. I can see it now. Prophecy untold comes true. Plane carrying a bunch of jaguars bursts into flames and jaguars are falling from the sky. End of the world tomorrow.
Fucking Brits. See, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would want to. Well, I don't know. Here in Texas, it'd be open season on jaguars.
Yes, it would. Well, we have the material to.
But it's like, do I really want to run from a fucking jaguar? No. Fuck it, I'll stay inside. I got running water.
I get it. You stay outside now, okay? You're on fire. I know when to play with you.
Now, see, if you think about it, like, if a jaguar falls down on my roof, it's not going to come through my roof.
No, it's going.
A meteor will.
Yeah, that kind of.
A jaguar, like, automotive Jaguar will.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. We're taking that a little too far.
Yeah. Well, hey, the imagination can stretch any conspiracies to make it fit. That's always a side note you got to keep in mind. So, with that being said, fun fact on how the imagination got stretched so nicely. Let's go to the 1960s for a second, where there were two things that were greatly influenced. One, the CIA introduced LSD into the water supply to fuck with mind control.
Oh, that's a given. I believe that.
It's true. They did. I mean, that's coming out, and I think it's statistics. And
But even that, but like also like at the same time, televisions.
Yeah.
Were meant to be mass distributed to the masses in means of controlling the minds of the populace.
Informing them what they need, quote unquote, to quote unquote hear.
And here is a little secret, America. It fucking works. Because what?
You know, okay, so
it does. That's why I don't watch TV anymore.
Okay, well, you say you don't watch TV.
It's not because of the whole conspiracy thing. It's nothing but bullshit.
It's true, but this is how well mind control works, alrighty? I say progressive. Who's the first person you think of?
Liberals.
Progressive insurance.
Progressive insurance. Flow.
Mind control.
I know. Their rates aren't cheaper, by the way.
No, they're not.
No, not by a long shot. You want to know whose rates are the cheapest? The people who don't fucking advertise.
Normally.
Yeah, normally. I don't know. Farmers actually cuts a pretty good deal.
But they advertise.
They do. But they sing a jingle. They don't hire actors.
Bum, bum.
We are farmers.
Well, I mean, but that's the whole fact. I mean, through advertisement, there has been a large ability to control, make the mass follow the trends. I mean, and that, I mean, it has worked. I mean, the fact that we got into the cell phone age makes it that much easier.
And distractions.
Yeah. I mean, the average...
Amazing for distractions.
I mean, we learned that the average attention span while on your phone is no more than 4 seconds. You know what that means?
Right.
A goldfish has a longer memory span than you do when your phone is in your hand.
Well, right. And you want to know something funny? That's the whole reason why Vine came out. It was so popular.
I miss Vine.
Because it's nothing but a series of
fuck-ups.
Videos that are less than 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Just the average person will only watch a video for about 4 minutes before they start losing their attention span, which is probably why we don't get so many hits on our podcast on YouTube.
Hell no. I mean, we're too long.
Unfortunately,
the podcast.
That's not great, but I mean,
the podcast viewer, for those who break the cycle, we are following. We're finding the shepherds and the dogs of the herd, not the goats and the sheeples.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the sheep.
No, because we want people who are going to sit there and question what we say and then dig it into themselves. Because let's be honest with you, I mean,
trust nothing, question everything.
Amen. That's how my mama didn't raise me that way, but that's kind of how I came out. Like, I was the why child.
Right.
Everything you asked me to do. Well, why?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, most children are like that. It's just some people never grow out of it.
Why?
Good fucking question. I don't know why.
But why?
But yeah, I mean, think about it. If you could ask somebody, you could actually ask, you know what? Fuck it. Later on this week, I'm actually going to go walk through the mall. I'm not kidding. And I'm going to record this. I want to ask people if they know who the vice president is.
Oh, hold on. I know who it is. His last name is Pence, because that's where the end times. Trumpets will go off. Trumpets.
Oh, shit. There's another conspiracy. God damn.
They're all over the place, bro.
Oh, of course.
So going back to the mind control real quick, I want to finish this off with the LSD going into it. While we were trying to make LSD work, the Nazis on the other side were working with another nice little drug called fluoride.
Oh, of course.
Think about that. What's in your drinking water?
Wait, isn't that what's... It's all in our drinking water.
Yep. And
it's even in our bottled water.
America is only... And Nestle is really in charge of that shit. They're the ones who pump shit tons. And if you think you're drinking Ozarka, making sure that, no, you're not drinking Nestle or the big corporate Coca-Cola, Pepsi water, guess what? Ozarka is owned by Nestle, which is bigger than fucking Coke. Side note. So, but Nestle is, I mean, not Nestle, but fluoride is a big contributor, and we sit there and say it's good for your teeth and so forth, but I'm going to break a stereotype. I thought when I moved to England that everybody's teeth over there was going to be fucked up because they didn't have fluoride in their water. When I got over there, their teeth weren't bad.
The younger generations were bad.
Well, I mean, from my area.
When I met some older people whenever I was over there, because I lived over there for 4 years. I mean,
how many grandmas do you know have all their teeth?
No, whenever I say older, I meant like 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
That's a grandma.
Fuck, dude, you can be 35 and be a grandma here nowadays.
Well, as long as my daughter doesn't
You can be
repeat what
30
her daddy did,
and be a fucking grandma nowadays.
Are we talking about Mexicans, man? Look, man.
No,
Fuck you.
no.
Fuck USA.
You had to take it there. No, like, I know somebody who's 31 years old and they're a grandma. Because think about it. It's not a stepchild either. Here's what happened. She had a child when she was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter is now
Having a child at
16.
15? Oh.
Or she was 15 when she got pregnant. Had a child when she turned 16. 31 years old. She's a fucking grandma.
Fuck me.
Yeah. No. Fuck her.
No, she did get fucked.
Yeah, apparently somebody did. But no, like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, 30 years old, like, I don't ever remember my parents being 30. Ever.
I remember when they hit 40. I was there for that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I remember 50.
That's from Curly.
60. And so, my old man actually just turned 70 this year.
Really?
Yep.
See, I
70
don't
years
mind.
old.
Mines are still in their
He
50s.
just won't die.
Oh, my God. Die over.
I say that in like the nicest possible way, but no, he's too damn stubborn to die. I tell him all the time, like, you're late to everything.
Gonna be late to your own funeral.
And I told him, I was like, you'd be late to your own damn funeral. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to think about my dad dying. Like, that's a horrible thought. But no, like, he's just like me. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I'm too damn stubborn to die.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like my wife calls me stubborn all the time because I won't ever go to the doctor.
Fuck the doctors.
I don't go to the doctor.
Speaking of
unless I'm
doctors,
dying.
another conspiracy. Well, it's not a conspiracy. It's kind of a fun fact about the prescriptions they send you. They send you after the doctor to the pharmacy.
Oh, right. You can't expect me to believe that, the FDA doesn't actually have the cure for AIDS.
Oh, I was gonna go further into the water hole.
You can't believe me. What?
I'm gonna go further into the water hole.
Okay.
Talking about how pharmacy is. I mean, I talked about this previously on a few episodes back when we had AK on that one. When how long ago was that? Like episode 3, 2, 4, maybe.
2 is stealthing.
Oh, 2 was stealthing. Man, it's been so long. But it goes back to the goddess in the Greek Pharmaca, who her whole ordeal was to kind of poison you. But in order for her poison to take effect, you had to drink water. And what do we do with pills? You take a pill, you drink water, and then somehow you get patched up.
Fluoride in it too.
Side note. But yeah, no. I mean, the fact that fluoride affects the mind in itself. I mean, if you look at your pineal gland, it's more calcified now than it was when you were a child.
You said penile.
Penile, yeah.
No,
but
I'm sorry. I am listening. I'm sorry. I had to look back at this because I was trying to think, like, you mentioned it was so long ago. Like, how many of these episodes have we done? This is actually going to be episode 17.
Holy shit.
And there were 3 of them that we did not release. So
true.
technically,
This is
this
20.
would be 20.
Shit, son. So next episode, we're going to be legal.
20.
But right now in Texas, I'm
Technically-
still legal.
Technically, state of Texas, 17 is legal.
Just saying. But yeah, no, but going into it, I mean, there's a Family Guy episode where, Peter Schmidt had a cure for AIDS. Or cancer. So,
Right.
is it true?
I'm sure they've got the cure to cancer, but you know why?
I mean, fucking Michael...
they're not going to tell us that.
No.
No, because they want us to go back to Big Pharma and spend more money at the pharmacies, and so the elitists can actually make more money, and ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it goes around. right into it. But that's actually something I want to leave off with people to kind of remember and think about. The 5 largest powerful families in the world currently, their heritage across the board. Do you know any of the 5?
Sam Walton?
Nope. Talking about 5. He's in the 10.
Oh. Morgan.
Morgan, yep.
Let's see. There's more.
Yes, there is.
Is it? Oh, shit. Damn it, what's his name?
I'm waiting.
I was just talking about him the other day. Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Get me in there.
Well, you don't have to wait for that. I mean, it'll take just a minute. You give me just a minute, I'll knock that shit right out.
Bam.
So,
You got Morgan down.
wasn't it Gates? Bill Gates?
He's not in the 10. I think he's a little above the 10 now. And sadly, most of these families are kind of off the record.
Clintons.
No, actually.
No, well, I know that they're not like the top elitists,
But they're part of that group themselves. But
I mean, they'll just execute their way to the top.
hell yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
Oh, that's another conspiracy.
But is it?
No,
I mean, how many
because
car accidents occurred when she was getting elected?
and
People who had
asphyxiations.
shit on her. Yes.
And asphyxiations and suicides.
Yes. I mean, it was nonstop with that woman. You want me to give you the other 4?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So you had Morgan down. That was phenomenal. Step 1 was actually the Rockefellers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rockefellers, yep. Rockefellers, Morgan, American at their finest. Then you had the Rothschild.
Right.
Then you had DuPont, which...
Who's that?
DuPont. You may not know their name, but they're actually the creators of the Monsanto
Oh, the chemical company.
chemical company
Gotcha.
and a lot of the chemical warfare. And, I mean, they really... Unfortunately, they were really good at being covert until the Vietnam War. That's when they really fucked up.
Right.
Because they were using their chemical plant because they realized that it would incinerate plants on a side effect. And so they dropped that shit over there and...
Napalm.
Yeah. Fun fact. And last but not least, which to this one I was really kind of shocked that they have worked their way into the number 1 spot. Bush. The Bush dynasty.
Yeah, I
They're-
believe it.
They're ranked number 4 in the top 5.
Huh.
I was like, really? The Bush?
Well, you got to think about everything that they've got their hands in.
I mean, they started 2 wars, around oil and stuff. I mean,
They're becoming friends with fucking Dick Cheney.
Yep.
Halliburton.
Yep. DuPont.
Good point.
So, yeah. So, I mean, that's just the fascinating fact. I mean, y'all can look these up. It's very fascinating how they go into it. And the conspiracies in themselves, don't get wrapped up in them. Don't. Because, unfortunately, the more you try to convince people that they're true, the more you look crazy, which means more
Of
people
course.
will actually disbelieve the conspiracy theory in itself. The way to approach it is, hey, go watch this document, do a little reading, and guess what? Use your fucking brain. Critical think.
Not only that, but I mean, you get somebody to watch 2 YouTube videos that are connected. They're going to fall down that YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Happens every single time.
Mhm.
It's like I go on there to watch a DIY video on something.
Mind control.
I know. I'm not bullshitting you either. It's you know what? It's not until like 30 to 45 minutes later that I realize that I just wasted 45 minutes of my life. And it's
That's
like,
what got me with Vine. Vine did that shit to me. I'm like, 3 hours later, how the fuck am I over here watching this guy do fun little magic tricks?
it's like, oh shit, I'm at work. I actually need to do something. But like, I'll start off watching like DIY videos, and the next thing I know, I'm watching like latest North Korean news, and then after that, it's, I mean, you know, you just fall down that proverbial rabbit hole, and there's no getting out of it.
No.
until you realize it's too late, and then you're just like,
well, that's the. I mean,
then you're
that's
fired or divorced or.
fuck, that went real drastic all of a sudden. Holy shit! But yeah. So they're fascinating. You gotta be able to make sure you keep a little. No, keep your feet to the ground. Don't get your head in the clouds too much, people.
I'm gonna go stand on the street downtown with a sign that says "YouTube destroyed my life."
Your little cardboard testimony. Addicted to YouTube. Set free.
We still got to do our anti-Antifa.
Yes, we do.
Protest. Which,
sorry, I don't know why
to
that
a
made
neighborhood
me.
near you. But then again, that's also another conspiracy too. Antifa and Black Lives Matter being paid off by Mr. George Soros himself, which is one of the globalists and elitists and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Designed to distract everyone from other things that are going on politically and to create that racial divide so we can throw this country into another civil war, which who will profit from that? The global elitist.
Bingo.
Because manufacturing will go up and the economy will go down, and then it'll come right back up.
It will do a high inflate all of a sudden.
Well, right. They force the economy down to record levels. They spend mass amounts of money just buying up all this stock.
And that's when they get to rewrite their kind of laws and regulation of wages, of standard of living, market prices on fuel, food.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, it's gonna be real fuck. But I think that's actually, I saw a meme the other day that made me laugh, and I sat there and had a person that said, okay, should I prepare for another civil war or World War III?
What's the difference?
One's in my own backyard, one's a little further away from me.
Well, I don't know.
But we are the only country who's willing to start a civil war over our last
civil war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we posted that on Facebook.
I know. I saw it. I'm like, holy fuck, that's true.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But yeah, so
speaking of social media, guys, we've got to get the social media booming again. I know that I've kind of been I've been busy as shit the last few weeks, and in all honesty, it's like pretty much all I could do to, keep up and actually keep the podcast going.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, don't forget we have a Facebook page.
Go follow.
Go like it and follow it. Subscribe to us.
Share us.
And share it.
We will be your dirty whore on the Village Bicycle Train.
I will post a glory hole on our page if you share it.
Ooh.
Yes. I will post a glory hole.
You want to do a cutout of somebody's mouth? Put that over the glory hole. Sorry. A little too far.
But
You're
no,
welcome.
don't forget we have the Facebook page. We have our Instagram page. And the Facebook page is it is Taptracks Bangs.
Yep.
And our Instagram and our Twitter as well. Make sure you go like us, share us. Share it like a phone number on a bathroom stall.
We want to be your dirty whores. And if y'all have any topics or ideas or questions that you want us to investigate, I mean, we'll research anything, y'all. I mean, we can go from guns to conspiracy.
Yeah, there's that post you're.
Yeah. That's an amazing post.
Someone pointed out to me that we are the only country dumb enough to start a civil war over our last civil war.
Which, only reason why that's a fathomable idea is, unfortunately, social media,
right,
and people too ignorant to look at the facts. I mean, I saw a video. Oh, I need to. I can't remember the full guy's name, but his last name is Elders. Larry Elders.
That sounds right.
He's a black conservatives. If I remember correctly. Either way, there's a video. The last name is Elders. That is confirmed. He got pulled onto a Democratic liberal show. That's on a little side note. All right. Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
And this guy is over here trying to make him the victim and say, well, you're black. You're being oppressed by the cops. this dumbass did not do his research on whose side this black man is on. He assumed he's black, he's going to be liberal.
Of course.
And he turns around and is complete conservatives spitting out facts. And the guy was like, well, I don't have any information or facts. Mine are all opinion-based. And he's like, so I thought we were going to have an intelligent debate. Where's your side?
Right. Okay, so it's time to come full circle. So earlier I was mentioning about the whole eclipse thing.
Yes.
So I wanted to, and I kid you not, this is no bullshit. There are a lot of people that believe that you can actually die walking outside during an eclipse. You know that shit? Some of the crazy shit, it's not really a conspiracy.
Are you saying I'm a walking undead right now?
Yes, me too. So, I mean, it's not so much...
Death can't claim me!
It's not so much a conspiracy more than it is, just stupid people. But, like, I had walked outside, and I was at the mall. And so I walked outside to go, take a look, at the eclipse. So I noticed it had gotten darker. So I go outside, and there's a couple of people out there. One guy had glasses. Another guy had a welding helmet. Those worked perfect, by the way.
Yes, they do.
And so I sat there, like, I got my opportunity to look at it, as total as it was going to get in our area.
Yep.
Which is it was only like 75%.
80%.
Yeah, I'd probably go more 75.
80%.
It was
officially 8%.
Yeah, why? Because the media told you?
Well, I worked there and we did statistics based off the meteorologist, so kind of.
But anyway, shut up. NASA said it was 75.
Fuck NASA. They're part of the elite.
Touche. So anyways, I'm walking back inside, and this lady stops me, and she goes, "Is it safe to go outside?"
Huh?
I said, "There's not any tigers out there."
The jaguars from the sky. They're on fire.
And she was just like, "Well, no, but like, is it safe to walk outside with the eclipse?" About as safe as it would be any other day. It's just a little darker. I mean, it's...
Oh, my God.
It's not a Chicago alley at midnight. I mean...
Why has to be Chicago? How come it can't be Detroit?
It's all dark. Dark alleyways.
Oh,
you racist bastard.
I'm thinking of the dark alleys.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking about.
Totally.
Yep.
I wasn't raised that way.
So anyways, I told her, I was just like, yeah, you're going to be fine. Just don't look at the sun. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I shouldn't look at the sun today. Well, you shouldn't look at, I say you shouldn't look at the sun any day, but.
Wait.
Okay.
You're telling me I can't look at my son for the 30 seconds a day like I normally do?
I was mind boggled. Like, I walked away from that. I'm just like, did this really just fucking happen? Like, you really believe that you're going to just, like, spontaneously combust if you walk outside during the eclipse. It's not raining down radiation.
No.
Oh, well, the news said that we need to be careful about, the radiation from the sun. Well, that's if you're staring at it.
Yes. I mean, granted, yes, there is a high increase of electromagnetic pulse where, I mean, certain things were able to be more erect during the 2 minutes that it was in full bloom in the dead center, not here. But still, your body is bombarded by electromagnetism 24/7 because we kind of live on a planet that has poles. So
yeah, we have gravity.
Yeah, that kind of debunks the fear of the radiation because
right,
it's more electromagnetic poles shifting and messing with your chemical balance, which is not radiation.
So those of you out there that actually believe that you can die from walking outside during the eclipse,
should have been swallowed at birth.
Or I should have told you that there actually was a tiger outside.
Yes. And the tiger would have swallowed you.
Yes. Eaten by a tiger or swallowed at birth. So completely mind-numbing. The fact, number one, the fact that, that somebody would actually believe that. And, like, it was she was asking a legitimate question. Like, there was...
no sarcasm, no, I mean, it was pure concern.
Yes, it was absolute concern. And I was mind boggled. Like, I honestly, like, I didn't.
That's mind control at its best right there.
I know. She made me feel stupid.
But you can't fix
I'm like,
them.
fuck. And then, what was it? There was something else. How many scrotum pictures did you get on Facebook yesterday? Did you not get any of those?
Was I supposed to?
No, just it was everybody saying, "Oh yeah, check out the eclipse," and it was a video camera of like a recessed light into a
You
ceiling.
sent me one, asshole.
Oh yeah, I did. And so yeah, it was.
That was it. Only you.
Dude, I think more people got that pic yesterday than anybody else ever, like in history. And like there was one of my friends, he actually put on the on his Facebook, asking, "So how many times did you get nutsack, eclipse videos yesterday?" Some girl on there put like 13 or something. She got it from 13 different people.
The first time. The second
I'm
first
just like,
time, I understand. Second time, come on.
your
Third
friends
time,
believe that you
what the
love
fuck?
balls a lot. And then so I sent you that better one.
oh my God. You had the beautiful, beautiful Dylan Harper turn into a fucking Oprah Winfrey with a dick. That's the best way to describe it.
It was a great video.
Oh my God, that was terrifying. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can dig. Wait.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. I feel really insignificant right now.
That took a violent left turn.
It does everything in my life.
Right. Okay, so if we were to say our favorite conspiracy theory, what is your favorite conspiracy theory?
Well, golly, there's so many. I would have to probably go back to Woodrow Wilson in 1914 on the pivotal point of the downfall of America started that time frame. That's one of my favorite conspiracy.
Interesting.
Or okay, sorry, multiple. Or second one would be the fact that Abraham Lincoln is actually the one who set it in stone for Woodrow Wilson to implement it in full term with the banking system. So,
Never really thought of that one.
yeah, Abraham Lincoln is one who, like, well, the Confederates were, fuck your banking system, because Andrew Jackson was a complete anti-banking, and that's one of the issues with the state rights was the banking industry, that the South was like, fuck you, we don't want to be a part of your banking system, we don't want to be involved in any of that, we don't want you to take away our slaves, unfortunately, there's a, like, 5% over here that are fucking retarded that treat their slaves badly, but majority of us, our slaves love us. But now you're forcing them to, quote-unquote, get a job where we have to pay a minimum wage, which they can't survive. Tell me where that made sense, Northie.
Oh, wait a minute. Was that more of a conspiracy to make more, what is it? More of the slave population to actually just die off?
Yes, and
Because
a little bit of serfdom.
they'd be dying of starvation because they couldn't take care of themselves.
Right.
And so they can't get a job. They can't vote. They can't
No, they were completely blindsided of it and restricted. And, I mean, how many? I mean, there's an astonishing amount of how many black people fought in the Civil War on the South Side. And it's not because of, well, no, my owner told me to, because let's be honest, if you're in a Civil War and you're up fighting, that's a perfect opportunity to take advantage of your master.
right.
Overwhelm the masses, because they are now giving you a gun to go fight the North.
Here's a fun
and
fact.
they didn't.
Speaking of this, since we're on this topic, here's a fun fact. The NRA, which, yeah, we're going to talk about this, which everybody claims to be a racist organization. Why? Because I guess the only people who can legally own a firearm are white. But did you know that the NRA actually was created by Republicans? Yes, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
To give, well, it's not solely, but it
Give an opportunity.
Right, they were a proponent for gun rights for everyone, not
So
just whites.
Defend themselves, yeah.
But they were also a huge proponent for, Second Amendment rights for African Americans, Asian Americans, Mexican Americans, all that other crap.
Well, by that time, they realized through so many wars that when you're in a battlefield, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, hetero, whatever the case may be.
You're American.
You're American,
Yep.
dying by your fellow brothers and sisters. I mean,
Yep, it doesn't matter what
so
color
we
you
don't. We at that time we don't give a fuck,
are. Right.
and that's kind of how they took that inspiration. Like, you know what? Yeah, we don't give a fuck, but
Eh.
the people need the right to defend themselves.
Right, and see, like, even whenever I was coming up as a kid, now, granted, we all come from traditional backgrounds. So, I mean,
Sure.
well, in some form or another, I mean, you've got relatives in your family that are very traditional Mexican.
We're Baptists.
Mijo. Mira. But no, what I'm getting at is that I would be lying if I'd said that nobody in my family was racist.
Oh, no, Mira, I got you there.
No, okay. So
I got
this is
you
what
there.
I'm getting at. And so, like, I had some family members, and, like, for the longest time, even my own father, because, I mean, he was raised this way, too.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, racism is not something that is genetic, and that's something that a lot of these people don't.
Yeah.
You're extremists, like BLM and Antifa and all that
Yeah.
other. They believe that because we're white, we're genetically engineered to be racist.
Bullshit.
No, that's horse shit. Behavior is learned.
Yep.
It's not genetic. And racism is a behavior. It's not genetic. Just like how I feel sexual preferences is a behavior.
Yeah.
It's not genetic.
No.
You were not
Right.
born gay. I'm sorry. No. And I'll probably get some, some
Slack on that. Yeah.
I don't care. My belief. Not a conspiracy. My belief. You cannot. It is not. You can. It has not been scientifically proven that you can be born gay.
Well, actually, there's a thing back in the 60s they created. What was called a gaydar. And
Sadly, I think that you're fixing to tell me it's actually a real thing. It's not just.
no, this is not horse shit. This is actually true shit that the Canadians wanted to help McCarthy back in the 60s.
Paul McCarthy.
Not Paul McCarthy.
Oh, that's McCartney.
Yeah. The guy who was the whole Red Scare he did.
Yeah, that's not Paul McCartney.
He wanted
it's Paul McCartney. You're talking about McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
what I got from my bad. But he
Like, it sounds like something Paul McCartney would do.
yeah,
but
it would. But he went on this whole tangent of he didn't want gays in, and the result of creating this gaydar, literally he created gaydar, and what the gaydar did was it registered your retinas and your eyes based off of your response to watching homoerotic sex scenes, and if your eyes twitched a certain way, you're deemed gay.
Yeah, you want to know? You want to know an easy way to avoid this? I ain't watching no gay porn. Nobody said you had to actually sit down and watch it.
Well, that was the 9,000 who were still in suspect. 400 people lost their job on that shit. But no, going back to what you talked about, the whole upbringing. I mean, my nana was Mexican. She called me mijo. All right.
Right.
I didn't realize I was actually Mexican until I was 11. All right. So I had no idea I was Mexican at all, because in the town that we moved to eventually was a all-white school, and this school, I won't say what state or what city it was in.
Arkansas.
Shut up.
You've already told us numerous times.
But I mean, the three black kids. It's kind of.
I mean, right, I get it.
And so I'm over here confused as hell because I'm white, but I found out that there's a lot of Mexican tendencies in my family. I'm like, wait, it's like that Dave Chappelle skit. I divorced her because she dated a Negro. I didn't know what to do with myself.
So, you had cars parked on your lawn. Were they?
No, my dad took care of the lawn, which he's white.
Oh shit!
But that was actually something that was really funny. I remember my parents when they got together, because you talked about traditional upbringing from our basic family. So my dad was Catholic, white, from the north. All right.
There was actually a reason why I was bringing that up, and I'll get back to that.
Well, that's why I brought it back up so we can return to it.
Oh, you're so nice.
You're welcome.
Get the fuck on with it.
So he's over here. He's Catholic. He's white. He comes down to good old Tejas, and he meets my mother, and he's like, well, at least she's Mexican, which means she's Catholic. So I fell in love with the dark-skinned woman, which my mother's going to hate, which my grandmother was a racist. She was. She's in the North and racist. It happens. You can be in the North and be a racist. Just saying. But
is she Democrat?
No, she was Republican.
Oh, shit.
She was Catholic. Come on.
And see, that's something. That's
But she was
something
Italian.
Right.
So she wasn't even full white. She was Italian, like hardcore Italian. Full-blooded. FBI. Full-blooded Italian. There you go.
But see, that's something that a lot of people don't realize. Like, during the Civil War, like, do y'all really not realize that the people who were slave owners were Democrats?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sure, there were some that were Republicans that had slave owners, but it was Republicans that actually freed the slaves.
Yeah. That's a little side story for y'all.
That's the irony in all of this. And so, while you're praising your Democratic presidential elect, I want you to remember this. If you were supporting BLM, or you were supporting Antifa,
Oh, God. Okay, go on.
and you're voting Democrat, you're just a complete and total fucktard. I'm sorry. If you are like anti-racism and like your whole agenda is to make your standpoint about racism, which
It falls
you know
on
what?
deaf ears.
you want racism to go away, stop fucking talking about it.
That's hard for me to do because I think it's just so much fun. Because, I mean, literally, people will say, I mean, I was in
and
a
if
group.
you're going to talk about it, have a sense of humor.
Well, yeah, fuck, everything's a joke to me.
Well,
Like, I was in a. Okay, so I was visiting with this guy, and he was cracking me up because I'm Mexican, all right? I am Mexican. However, I do apparently have other ethnicity tendencies, like being Muslim, being Indian, being black. And so this guy is telling me a story. In the midst of his story,
You're just guilty by association.
I'm guilty by association. He tells me the story, and it is he says, "Oh, no, back in my day, there was a part of town we called the in town." And then he paused, and he looked at me. He's like, "I'm sorry, that's just what we called it back in the day. I didn't mean to offend you." I'm like, "I'm Mexican." He's like, "Oh, well, anyway, so back in town."
It's like, okay, we got over that speed bump. Let's get back to the story.
So, I mean, and it was hysterical. But so going back to my
what were you, just light skinned?
Huh?
Were you just light skinned?
I guess. I don't know. I'm a lighter brother.
Well, whenever you have the Jew fro going on, I mean, it does.
It's Italian. Remember, my grandmother was Italian.
But is it Italian or is it just light skinned brother?
Well, I mean, I'll have a little black in it sometime. I know my penis says otherwise. But my grandmother was very, very racist, and so when my dad brought my mother home, she was like, "Oh my God, he brought in one of those spics! I can't believe it." She was
Wow.
She was racist, and then she looked at my dad and was like, "Well, at least she's Catholic because all Mexicans are Catholic." Wrong. My Mexican family is Baptist. So it was a double whammy. She just did not like my mother at all being corrupted. And that was actually the funny story. Is my dad, when he went to the Mexican house to visit, he was waiting for all the Mexican children to run around like he saw on TV, and there's only two of them. The Mexican family was smaller than the white family. How funny. I love breaking stereotypes.
Right? But see, like, I said all of that to bring it back to a point.
Mm-hmm.
About family members being, traditional. I mean, of course, my dad was raised, by a traditional, white Southern father.
Yep.
And so, like, he had a huge issue with his daughter. He had a huge issue with his daughter dating a black man, which, I mean, is whatever.
Yeah.
It's her preference.
Yeah.
Like, I don't frown upon it. But like, he's just some dude. Don't be a dick to her.
Yeah.
And I
That's all we asked for.
And I won't have to kill you. I mean, it's that simple. I don't care what color you are. And I would say the same thing to my daughter. I don't care what color you are, but if you be a dick to her, I'll cut your fucking dick off and I'll shove it up your ass. It's that simple.
Purely justified.
Yeah.
I
And
would do the
then I'll
same
castrate
shit.
you, and I'll make you eat your own balls. So
On a silver platter. Nope. You get plasticware. Fuck
no,
you.
Fuck that. He gets a paper plate. And he's got to cut them shits with a butter knife.
Fuck.
But no, it's
like a Hannibal Lecter shit.
To me,
eat your own brain,
right?
Well, eat your balls.
And so, like, all of this shit, like, all of this stuff was going on, and then I tell my dad, like, hey, Dad, I got, a friend coming over with me for a little bit. I'm going to hang out for a little bit, and then, right before we go to work, he was like, all right, cool, whatever. Here comes Dorian. I bring Dorian over to the house. And then my dad pulls me aside after we go into the room. Who the fuck is that guy? It's my friend. Like, you better watch him. Dad is not going to fucking steal anything.
Hey, where'd the TV go?
I don't think I've ever told Dorian this either, so it's going to be fun if he listens to this. But no, I mean, I was like, Dad, I've known him for like a year now, so I mean, it's cool. Like, seriously. He's like, all right, I'm just saying. Yeah, you're just saying that you're being a racist ass right now, but I mean, that's how he grew up. Now, he's kind of grown to it. He's kind of accepted that the norm is now, everything is desegregated now. So he's come to accept that. Like, he can actually have a conversation with my sister now. But what's funny is like Dad, you realize that you gave my sister so much crap because she was dating somebody outside of our race. He goes, yeah, and my wife is Asian.
Holy shit. You're right. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I was like, my wife is Asian. She's not white. Oh, well, that's different. How's it different? Because she looks white?
Because she's not as dark.
She's not white. She's yellow.
But Jesus still loves her and you the same.
Don't bring that up. But no,
conspiracy theory, Jesus didn't love us.
It's
we were one of them.
I have fun.
And we killed him.
I have shut up. I have fun with people like that. Like, I used to give my dad so much crap about it, and then I meet people that are very traditional, very antiquated.
That's a phrase, yeah.
But no, I like to have fun with people like that. Like, am I racist? No, I'm not racist. Me personally, I don't see color. I see trends and I see stereotypes.
Same.
Some would call that racist. But
Some
then again,
funny as hell.
But then again, those are also the ones who either don't have a sense of humor, can't take a fucking joke, or they're overly sensitive about something that they really truly know nothing about.
No, that's a trend.
Right. It's a trend. Right. Exactly. And so, like, I make fun of stereotypes and trends, and I don't make fun of race because I think that, like, trying to poke fun at somebody because of what they look like or what they are it's pointless. I mean, it's something that they can't change. It's not their fault.
No.
Now, if you're gonna come around me and be a dumbass,
I'm gonna pick on you for being a dumbass.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking grill you. But
but she had it coming. Come on.
Well, right. And see, and my issue with that, like, the reason why I said, you want to get rid of racism, stop talking about it. Even Morgan Freeman said that.
Yep.
And I mean, if everybody wants to be a fucking social sheep, like they want to be, and pay attention to all these celebrities doing everything, Morgan Freeman said to stop talking about racism. Knock the shit off. Like, seriously.
And then there'll be peace. But then the New World Order will take advantage of that because he'll finally have peace.
Yeah, just attack the gays. And I'm joking whenever I say that. I really am, because you know what, and that's their prerogative. If they want to do that, great.
Yep,
I'm open to it. Me personally, no. I'm not. I'm open to the idea.
Come on, Dave.
I'm not.
You're dirty.
No.
Come on.
I am dirty, but
we play with women's assholes. No, with a man's asshole.
I'm sure there's still a difference.
There's balls touching each other occasionally. I mean,
I don't have anything to base for comparison, but I'm just pretty sure I know my own asshole.
I don't know why that shit was so funny in my head.
I know my own butthole, so and it's different than any female's butthole. So I don't know.
Sorry, guys. That joke was way funnier in my head than it probably was. My bad.
But no, like, if you want to be gay, great. Who cares?
Yeah.
If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. If you want to be gay, be gay. I don't care. It's your preference. Don't push it on me, though.
I agree. Well, that's one thing that I will have to say that truly fascinate me, because I grew up and I've had quite a few lesbian and gay friends.
Right.
The gay friends I had have remained gay.
Right.
More than half of my lesbian friends are now straight.
Because it's their preference.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's one of those, it's really confusing in my mind on how, I mean, I guess bisexual just works better for them. But
sure, fuck it.
You
Whatever.
know, when you convert a few to, or when you see a lesbian get pregnant by a guy, and you're like, how the fuck did a lesbian get pregnant by a guy?
I mean, if you want to fuck a dude, fuck a dude. If you want to fuck a girl, fuck a girl. If you want to fuck your dog, you're fucking weird. But
just don't fuck a goat.
It's your prerogative. I mean, go for it. I mean, Muslims do it. But then
they
again,
named her Betsy.
I mean, Muslims fuck goats. Catholics fuck little boys. I mean,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh, my God.
okay, yeah, this is getting way out of hand. But no, like, I can't frown upon that. Like, the only time that I have, a problem with any of these people, any of them, and I will say these people, are whenever they try to push their radical ideals
Yeah.
on somebody else.
That's something that bothers me. This is supposed to be land of freedom of thought, speech,
Yeah,
press,
let me think my own way. Quit trying to sway
and
me.
that gives me the ability to believe and think how I want to. Now, yes, we may not agree on everything. Like every at this podcast, when we're here, we don't all see eye to eye.
No.
But we are human beings who actually will come into a understanding, mutual understanding,
Right.
and not be an ass.
Do you know how fucking boring this show would be if everybody agreed?
You know how long the episode would be? But like 1 minute. So our topic is butt play. Do you play butt play? No. 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 Yes. Do you do any partner? Yes. 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 Done.
I know, right? It's either that or we end up like Fox News, like everybody just agrees with everything all the time. Except for that one person, and then everybody attack the one guy who disagrees.
Well, I disagree with that.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
So no, like
you're right.
It just the way that the world is going, and it's just retarded. It's stupid. It's fucktardville. Like, I've already started removing warning labels in my house. I really have. Chris had an amazing thought last week, and I already started doing it. And I'm actually going to make it a point that whenever I'm out and about throughout town, if I see a warning label, I'm pulling it. I don't care if it's on a sun visor of a car or on a radiator shroud of some car that broke down. I'm removing the warning label.
Everything.
Why does there have to be a warning label on a fan shroud on an engine of a car to tell you if you stick your fingers in here, they might not come back? No fucking shit.
Well, I want to see if I can stop it, bro.
Now,
somebody's like, Superman did it. I can do it.
Right? There's warning labels on ladders. Why? There's warning labels. Okay, electrical junction boxes. I can kind of understand that a little bit. Like, let us know that it's high voltage. But I don't need like 3 or 4 more warning labels underneath it saying, do not open panel. Do not stick your hands in here. Do not stand around this whenever there's water around.
Death would be imminent.
The high voltage sign was enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a box of energy.
Courtesy.
Stay away.
Not only that,
Unless it be like electro.
if you walk right next to it and it's humming, it's probably a good idea not to open that bitch up.
Whoa.
I mean, like high voltage, it hums.
Yeah.
And
But
so
that's just, and the fact that, because you got to realize with warning signs, they're there because some idiot
has done it.
did it.
Right.
Like there's actually, I can't remember what state it was, but there's actually a warning sign that says, do not place the nozzle in your rectum. And it is a sign at the pump.
I've got nothing.
And I was like, this has to be a joke. And it was in the West Coast.
You mean you can't butt chug gasoline?
And I was just dumbfounded. Like, this place really exists. Like, there's a sign that says, "Do not stick this nozzle in your butt."
It's so ridiculous. Okay, so anyways, if you're out and about, anybody who's listening, if you're out and about, do your good deed for the day and
do your due diligence.
Yeah, your due diligence and do a great deed. Do your one good deed for the day, and remove a warning label. Because what you are doing is you are allowing natural selection to take place.
I agree.
So,
Population
let's start
control.
Population control. Getting rid of stupid people. And less clutter, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting tired of being inundated by signs and warning labels. Just get rid
So
of them.
theoretically, based off of our agenda, we could inclusively be part of the Illuminati.
Maybe, yeah. I'm
But
going to carry
are we?
around a big black Sharpie with me, too. I'm going to go to Walmart.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to get one of those, like, industrial-grade marker Sharpies, like the big fat fuckers. And I'm going to cross every single one of those plastic bags that says, "Do not place on head." I'm marking that shit out. I'm marking it out.
That is priceless.
I'm going to go to all the toys. No, I'm not going to do the toys.
Natural selection, baby. Equality.
Well, the sad thing is I agree that people are stupid. I agree that we need to remove warning labels. But I also agree that children are innocent.
Until
So,
13.
I mean, now, if there's warning labels on toys, that's acceptable. Because,
that's for the parents to use their freaking brain to say, hey, this toy
Right.
should not be used for a 2-year-old.
right, yeah, granted,
a
you're going to
fucking
do it
Lego.
anyways, but at least it can still be a shot. I mean, remove the warning label on a hairdryer that says "Do not use in the shower." Yeah. Remove that one.
Remind me to move my toaster out of my bath shower. Just remind me that later.
Did you get hungry while you were taking a shower?
I wanted some toast.
Oh, fuck. You deserve to die.
You know what's sad?
I hope
The
you
label
die.
was gone. I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay, so we did get a little derailed, and we actually went towards, fucktardville a little bit, but
Well, unfortunately, with conspiracies, unfortunately, they almost go hand in hand on the sole fact
I will give you
that
that.
some conspiracies are just so outlandish. You're like, really, dude?
Do you
Really,
really
dude?
have to be? Are you really that stupid?
Yeah.
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 Like Lee Harvey was the one who actually killed JFK? Come on, dude. That was the CIA.
I was inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
Is actually, if we want to get technical, as a mutant.
Alrighty. On that note, we're actually going to go ahead and call it a night.
Go, Eric.
Since we've already wasted an hour and a half of your time.
You're welcome.
But I felt that it was necessary for Dr. Philgood to get this out and have his episode, because we've talked about it numerous times, and so
The
I
one
figured
day has finally come,
that day has come.
and we only
so-
touched maybe 10% of what I want to talk about.
But here's the thought.
10 more episodes to go.
Maybe. Hopefully more than that, but
Well, for my series.
okay. So anyways, if any of you out there actually have anything that you would like for us to talk about on the next episode, or if you want to give us opinions on your conspiracy theories, or
Topics you want us to investigate, because I'm always willing to look into something.
I mean, yes, I mean let's talk
I
about
like-
let's talk about potential subjects. Let's talk about conspiracy theories. I mean, send us nudes. I mean, let's talk about
Nudes.
anything. What?
Nudes.
News.
Nudes.
News.
No, nudes.
Yeah. What? Why are you?
I don't want
bringing-
news. I want nudes, damn it. Sorry,
Who said nudes?
I did.
I might have to.
Did you?
I don't. I said that on purpose.
Oh.
Like I tried to slip that in there. Like, hey, let's talk about conspiracy theories, and then the topic for next week, and nudes, and then what your mom had for dinner, and then
My dick.
nudes.
As always, I am Dr. Philgood.
And this is Dirty Dave, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Douche.